Imagine if a heart that had once stopped beating could somehow be brought back to life, giving another person a second chance. It sounds like something out of science fiction, but this extraordinary breakthrough is real, and scientists call it the ghost heart. Every year, heart disease claims the lives of 20.5 million people globally, 1/3 of all deaths. Organ transplants have long been the last hope for many patients, but with millions of people in need of a heart on any given day, the shortage is severe. Most wait for months, and tragically, many die waiting. The path to receiving a heart transplant is grueling. Patients are placed on wait lists for months or even years, with each passing day a race against time. Take Mike's story, a 40-year-old father of 2 whose heart failure left him struggling to watch his children grow up. Mike needed a heart, but there simply weren't enough donors. Sadly, he didn't survive the wait. The reality is harsh. Hearts for transplants only become available when a matching donor passes away, and that supply is limited. Even for those who make it to surgery, the journey is not smooth. A transplant often means lifelong dependency on powerful anti-rejection drugs, which have serious side effects such as cancer, kidney failure, and diabetes. About 18% of patients die within the first year after receiving a heart transplant, not just from complications, but from new health problems caused by these drugs. But what if we could eliminate these harsh realities? The ghost heart is the bare framework of a heart. That is a medical marvel, born from a technique called decellularization. In this process, scientists start with a heart from a deceased donor, washing the heart with a special detergent through its blood vessels, gradually removing all cells and transforming it into a pale, translucent structure that resembles a ghostly outline of a heart. This structure, made of collagen and other extracellular materials, retains the complex architecture of the heart. This scaffold can then serve as a kind of blueprint for regenerating a new heart, and it lacks any trace of the cells that once belonged to the original donor. With this scaffold, doctors can attempt to grow a new heart that will be custom-made for a new patient. But how? The next step is the magic of cellular regeneration. After undergoing a delicate and complex decellularization process, the scientists seed the ghostly scaffold with cells from the patient. This is where stem cells play a vital role. Unlike most heart cells, which can't regenerate, stem cells have the ability to divide and form specialized cells, including heart cells. By using methods to transform skin or blood cells into stem cells, they can grow billions of heart cells, which are then introduced into the scaffold. This is no simple task. Heart cells must work in perfect harmony to form a beating, pumping organ. They liken the process to a symphony. Each section has to come in at just the right time to create a beautiful, complex song. The team uses a specialized biocradle to simulate the conditions of a human body, providing warmth, nutrients, and oxygen while controlling blood pressure to encourage the cells to mature and function as a unified organ. Under the right conditions, these stem cells begin to multiply and differentiate into the specific heart cells needed. They slowly populate the scaffold, creating new heart muscle cells, blood vessel cells, and more. Why go through this process? Because the heart, once customized to a patient's unique cellular makeup, drastically reduces the chance of immune rejection, a common issue in organ transplants, which forces many patients to rely on lifelong immunosuppressant drugs. This technique holds the promise of creating a fully functioning heart that the patient's body can embrace as its own. This incredible approach could one day provide heart transplants for those who desperately need them, especially for those with rare blood types or for whom compatible donors are scarce. Ghost hearts offer hope, not just for patients but also for their families, who can dream of more time together. While this technology is still in development, early experiments show promise, and scientists believe that within a few years, ghost heart transplants may become a regular option. Several leading institutions, including the Texas Heart Institute and the University of Minnesota, have conducted experiments using animal hearts to prove the concept. In animal trials, researchers have successfully decellularized pig hearts and then repopulated them with new cells. Early results are promising. They've managed to create small-scale beating tissues in lab settings, although a fully functional, transplant-ready human heart has yet to be achieved. One major milestone was achieved in 2008 by Dr. Doris Taylor and her team at the University of Minnesota, who were among the first to decellularize a heart and observe it begin to beat again after adding new cells. The experiment didn't produce a full working heart, but it demonstrated that the concept is viable. To create a ghost heart, Dr. Taylor and her team used pig hearts, which are structurally similar to human hearts. Pig hearts have been safely used in other medical procedures, such as valve replacements, and their architecture closely matches our own, with the same 4 chambers and pumping functions. With the ghost heart, Taylor's team aims to eliminate such risks as the genetic modifications, anti-rejection drugs, and weakened immune system. By removing all pig cells, only the scaffold remains, a protein structure similar enough to human tissue to avoid rejection issues. Since the patient's own cells populate the scaffold, the immune system is far less likely to attack it, potentially allowing for transplants with no immunosuppressive drugs required. The ghost heart is a marvel of science, but making it a reliable medical option presents enormous challenges. Stakes are high, and so is the human cost. Take 14-year-old Emily, for example, who has been on the heart transplant list for over a year. Emily's family dreams of seeing her play sports or just enjoy being a teenager, but every day they live with the fear that her time might run out. Or Michael, a young father who, after 2 years on the wait list, was finally scheduled for a transplant, only to be informed that the donor heart was no longer viable. Stories like Emily's and Michael's underscore the heartbreaking urgency behind Dr. Taylor's work. Every day without solutions, families lose loved ones and face impossible goodbyes. Growing billions of cells isn't just expensive, it requires around-the-clock attention, along with precise care to ensure sterility. Keeping the heart alive and healthy as it matures is an ongoing battle. Without an immune system, even a minor contamination could end the project, so the team works tirelessly to maintain sterile conditions. Taylor's team has essentially had to create an artificial body to support the heart's growth, a biocradle that supplies warmth, nutrients, oxygen, and blood pressure, all without antibiotics or an immune system to keep it sterile. The path to a fully functional ghost heart is still long, but Taylor and her team believe the benefits outweigh the challenges. They envision a world where organ shortages are a thing of the past, and transplants no longer come with a trade-off of one disease for another. With ghost hearts, organ transplants could become less of a life-or-death emergency and more of a standard planned procedure, improving health outcomes and offering a true second chance. The ghost heart symbolizes more than just a medical achievement. It's a reminder of the power of rebirth and resilience. It represents a blend of life and death. A heart that once belonged to one person may beat again for someone else, a poetic symbol of renewal and continuity. For some, this raises deep philosophical questions. Does the essence of a person linger in the heart structure, even when devoid of cells? Or does this empty heart scaffold truly become a new entity? Additionally, it brings a renewed sense of hope for patients and families, facing the reality that a loved one's life could continue not through a transplant from another, but through a piece of life reborn from themselves. The ghost heart is not just a scientific breakthrough. It's a beacon of hope in the fight against heart disease and organ shortage. It's a bridge between loss and hope, life and death. It's a second chance to make something whole again, and a reminder of the incredible resilience of life. Imagine a world where the phrase, "waiting for a heart," fades into history, replaced by the ability to craft life-saving organs from a patient's own cells. It's a second chance to make something whole again, a reminder that even in the face of loss, there is hope and the chance. Thank you for joining us in exploring this incredible story on Secret of Life. If you believe in the potential of science to change lives, share this video and subscribe for more inspiring stories about the wonders of life and human resilience.